Hey everybody, so in this video I'm going to talk about your final paper, final written assignment for this class, which I have done in each of the previous semesters that I've taught this class. This is the big paper for everybody. And the purpose of this assignment is to really get you all to implement the research that you've been doing about how your work fits into the context of the world, or fits into a broader context beyond just at McDaniel College. The paper itself, 5 pages minimum. It's a genealogy of your work. So if we're thinking of a genealogy as sort of like a family tree that you're a part of, who else would be in that tree? Who has come before you that you owe some sort of credit to in terms of the work that you're creating now? None of our ideas are original. None of our work is entirely original. And that's something that is just widely known across the art and design world, that we are influenced by what comes before, who's working now, what we see out there. And that's okay. It's okay to know and to come to terms with my work is not entirely original, because it's not. So you are going to cite at least 3 specific artists and specific works of art. These artists will come from historical, meaning pre-20th century, modern, meaning 20th century, and contemporary times. So someone who is working now. You're going to describe the ideas behind your own work and specific works that you've produced, especially this semester, and how these works have been influenced by your predecessors and contemporaries. So again, thinking about how what you are doing fits in to a broader timeline. And this is really an extended artist statement as well, that's going to give context to your overall practice. I have a folder here about writing artist statements, which I'll open up. So if you've never written an artist statement before, these 2 links give you some examples, and there's an artist statement guide with examples that I put together too. If you want to discuss this with me, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to. Also, with this paper being due in early May, I highly recommend that you do not procrastinate. The sooner that you can get going on this, I recommend that you submit a rough draft to me. And submitting a rough draft like the day before it's due, that's not going to happen. But if you give me a rough draft like 2 weeks out, I will give you feedback. I've only had one student do this before, and they got an A because they listened to my feedback and got suggestions. So again, paper should be 5 pages minimum, can include small thumbnail images within the body of the text. Those images should mostly be from other artists, but you can also use images of your own work as well. I have a paper example here. This is actually a paper that I had to write in a very similar assignment. You're going to follow the written guidelines specified in the syllabus, and include a bibliography at the end. So this is a formal research paper. Either Chicago or MLA format is fine. Whichever format you're most comfortable with is acceptable to me. I highly recommend that you access resources that are available online by the library, specific databases that they have available as well, and other research tools. Our art-specific librarian is Loretta Spangler, and through the library website you can make an appointment, like an e-appointment with her, and she can help. If you're trying to figure out, well, I have this particular artist in mind, but I need some scholarly information about them, she can help point you in the right direction. In terms of sources, I'm looking for primary sources. I will accept Art21, but I don't want any like Pinterest links. I don't want any like Instagram blurbs, like whatever. These should come from, they can come from like Art News, Art in America, particular art magazines like Art Forum. Um, they can come from databases like JSTOR, which might have some images. Do not use Wikipedia. That's a big no-no. So you really have to think about your sources, and don't just use whatever old website that you come across. Gallery websites are okay because that information is going to be contributed by someone, either the artist themselves or a curator, someone who is directly getting that information from that person. So that's another thing. If you want me to look at your bibliography beforehand, send it to me 2 weeks out so I can give you some feedback. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know.